Welcome back to the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of jakestake.com. I'm very excited to be welcoming this up-and-coming singer-songwriter. She has over 119,000 Instagram followers, and her content has been viewed on YouTube 5.1 million times. So please help me welcome Jasmine Ortiz.
Hi, Jake. Thank you so much for having me on today. I'm really excited to welcome the new year with you.
I'm very excited to welcome the new year with you as well. I can't believe 2021 is here.
I know. It's really been a crazy 12 months, but I'm looking forward to bigger and brighter things happening very soon.
I 1000% agree with you. So let's get this conversation started.
Awesome.
All right, so when did you get interested in music, and how did that passion evolve into the desire to pursue a career in the recording industry?
So it's actually a funny story. I was 2 or 3 years old only, and my parents and I were dining in Atlantic City. I barely remember this because I was literally a baby, but I've heard the story a million times. I climbed out of my high chair when no one was looking, walked all the way to the stage in this huge Atlantic City old time, like 1920s theater, climbed up the little steps, sat at the grand piano, and started plucking out a little melody. And I'm like 2, and everyone in the restaurant like turns their heads. And my mom finally realizes, oh my God, my kid is missing. So she's looking around, she hears the piano melody. She's like, oh no, that is my child up there doing that. But everyone's loving it. Like they're laughing, they're clapping, whatever, like a baby's playing the piano. But apparently, legend has it, I was plucking out a little melody. It wasn't just like, banging on the keys. So then after that, I asked my mom for piano lessons, and I was begging her, but I was still too little. So by the time I was 3, we ended up finding a piano teacher who only ever took kids 5 and above. But we ended up convincing her to give me like a test lesson. And after an hour in her studio, she realized I did have the attention span to like try to start taking lessons at 3 years old. And then I was with her up until I graduated high school for 15 years.
That's an incredible story, because I can't believe Atlantic City of all places.
Yeah, right? Like, first of all, not where you expect a 2-year-old, but we were having dinner and then I run off. It's really insane, but it sounds like me.
Awesome. So Jasmine, who are your music industry role models, and how did they influence your sound?
Ooh, that's a great question. I grew up listening to all like the modern greats, I want to say, like Lady Gaga, Rihanna, even Justin Bieber. We're not that far in age, but, I grew up with all of those people, and I feel like how their sound has evolved has helped me evolve my own sound. Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande have kind of moved into this more like urban pop space, and that's where I'm living right now. But I also kind of want to give credit to some of the newer artists, even Billie Eilish, Melanie Martinez, Amine, just people who kind of think out of the box for their own genre. That's kind of propelled me to do the same with my music. I would say it's kind of hard to define like any artist's music within one genre nowadays. Even like Billie Eilish is kind of like outside of the realm of direct pop. She's kind of like alternative pop. So I'm definitely like somewhere in the mix with all of those people genre-wise, but they're definitely big inspirations to me.
Awesome, and that's glad to hear, because every time I put in the music, like I know you get when you were like saying with Billie Eilish, like every time I'm putting in different people, like Florida Georgia Line, I would say country crossover, and then then also with if Justin Bieber decides to do a pop, if there's elements of pop rock in there, if he teams up with Maroon 5, I have to say pop rock on my Apple Music thing. So I totally get it. It's like there's various genre blendings for this decade.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's what we're going to look back on and really take into account. So many previous decades had extremely distinct styles. I feel like our distinct style is just the fusion of everything that's really coming into the forefront, which I love.
I totally agree. So what have been some of the challenges that you faced since you started your career, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
I would say one of the biggest challenges was really balancing my life as a full-time student and a full-time creator. I've been doing this, full time pretty much for the past 4 years. really, really developing myself and putting my music out there the past 2 years. So during that whole time, I was graduating high school, entering a new university in a different state, taking on this new role as a college student and just trying to navigate like those waters on top of developing my sound, like finding myself as an artist, like kind of learning who I am, because at 18, like, do you really know who you are? So I was just kind of, trying to get through all of that. And that was really difficult for me, not knowing what direction I was going in. And I feel like now I've come to a point almost 3 years later where like I'm ready to show the world like who I really am. Like I'm ready to have my music out there in a really tangible format. And that's why I'm like finally embarking on my first EP, and I'm super excited to have it out there. It should be out this spring. So I truly cannot wait. And then I have another upcoming single just in a few weeks, January 29th. So this is just a new era for me, embarking on a new sound, showing people more of a range of what I can do. So that's been really inspiring for me, like the past 6 months.
Well, first of all, congratulations on doing all that and accomplishing being a student at the same time of creating your own craft, because I believe that, like, I didn't even start my first blog until after college. So I give you so much kudos. And also, I'm very excited to hear your new EP and also your new single, and expect jakes.shake.com to be covering it.
Yes. I can't wait to be back to talk all about it. But yeah, it's really been a big deal for me because this is the first time I feel truly like all hands on deck, involved in every part of the process. I've really, over the past 6 to 8 months, honed in on my work as a producer. Trick or Treat, my latest single, as you might know, was self-produced by me. My future singles, especially songs on my EP, are going to be produced or co-produced by me, just kind of working hands-on with the amazing producers that I've worked with in the past, like Trackdilla, Caesar the Emperor, Swift on Demand, all of those amazing mentors really and role models for me in the industry. Like they've basically been my big brothers, and they've taught me a bunch of stuff, just really shown me the ropes. So I have a lot of credit to give them as well.
And kudos, because we all need good mentors, no matter what industry you are in, no matter if it's music, no matter if it's podcasting, no matter if it's even in the business world, we all need good mentors. So kudos on finding some incredible mentors. And I'm glad you brought up Trick or Treat, because I wanted to talk to you about that song, even though we're months behind Halloween. Can you describe that song to my audience?
Yeah, of course. So this track originally came out as like an October themed sort of Halloween song, but I just want everyone to know it goes much deeper than that. It was really a song describing how I worked through the emotions after getting ghosted by someone I'd been seeing for a few months. So I'm sure this is a story that's very similar and relatable to a lot of people. I'm sure 9 times out of 10, you've had a crush or a relationship or a boyfriend and things didn't go how you expected. And then you're left with all these emotions to deal with and work through. That's what I was doing with this song. It was very cathartic for me to make. It actually helped a lot in the healing process, just kind of getting those words out there, being descriptive, like being true to my own experience. That's really what the song is about. And then on top of it, we added all these really, really fun Halloween visuals for the music video, which is now almost hitting 2 million views on YouTube. And that was a really fun process because we recreated famous scenes from horror movies like Psycho, It, and The Shining. And the story of the video is slightly different than the theme of the song. Because in the song, the girl is hurt. I'm kind of expressing, oh, you ghosted me. Like, this isn't cool. But then in the video, it's really all in my head. And I imagine the whole thing. The guy was never my boyfriend to begin with. So that's where like the twist comes when you watch the visuals.
I did see that. And I was actually looking at the Shining scene when you had that axe and you were like axing and everything. And then gotta say, you're going to go, I was waiting to here's Jasmine.
I did say it. I said it through the door. I mouthed it. Yes.
Alrighty, and like I have a feeling about being ghosted too. I've had friends that have ghosted me as well, so I think you can be, no matter if it's a romantic partner or a friend. I think Trick or Treat was a perfect song for that.
Absolutely. And what better time to talk about getting ghosted than right before the holidays? I feel like that's really when it happens, when people are going home like across the country and then they're like, nope, see ya, bye.
And not to mention with Valentine's coming up in a few weeks as well.
Oh yeah, very true.
All right, I got it. Like in addition to what I did watch this, I did watch before we got on StreamYard. But I did want to mention I also listened to both Intentions with Darkan and also Hot Caliente with Emmanuel Carvajal. I apologize for butchering those names.
You're
And
okay.
I really liked both those collaborations. But what are some similarities and differences between those songs?
Between those songs. Okay, so Hot Caliente is more of like a dance track, upbeat, fun, really carefree. And Intentions is kind of more of a narrative song that really talks about getting used in a relationship, kind of getting seen for the wrong reasons, having things expected of you that you didn't agree upon. So those are just kind of like completely different thematically. And then the videos for the songs also differ. Intentions again has like a storyline where I'm arguing with the guy I'm with and like I dramatically run away, and it's like this whole story that you're going on. Whereas Hot Caliente is just super fun, bright visuals, dancing, like sexy, like all of those characteristics. So very different songs, but I loved doing them both. And actually talking about like my history in the Latin market, thank you for bringing it up. I, for the past 2 years, have been making, urban Latin pop music. So since I'm a Latina, I'm bilingual, and I've really taken that to heart and like used that a lot in my music. And I absolutely love writing in English and Spanish, and that's something I plan on continuing to do, even in the mainstream pop market that I'm now crossing over into. I really want to still incorporate my heritage in my music, whether that's sonically or lyrically.
I agree, and it reminded me. I instantly thought while you were talking about Hot Caliente, I was instantly thinking of Beyonce, J Balvin. Can't remember the song right now on the top of my head, but it was almost at the same level as that.
Absolutely, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. It's the same vibe.
Absolutely. So, speaking of some collaborators, so who are some of your dream collaborators? You can choose anywhere between singers, songwriters, and producers. And Jasmine, how would they enhance your sound?
Oh, that's a really good question. Okay, coming in hot with these. Okay, so my dream collaborators, I'm just going to list three: Post Malone, Amine, and Drake. And now I'm going to go one by one. Post Malone and I have very similar backgrounds musically. We both started out in rock bands in high school. We're into heavy metal. We're into hip hop and trap. He's a songwriter, guitarist, musician. So I feel like we would vibe just on the human level. And then on top of that, musically, I just think the synergy would be so palpable. Also because our voices have really different timbres, so I think they would go nicely together in like a chorus or something. Maybe he takes a verse, I take a verse, or he even does a feature on a bridge. I'm just manifesting all of it, we have to just get there. 2021 is the year. I'm calling it. We're going to get a collab with Posty this year. I'm just putting it into the universe. Next up is Amine. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. He's a rapper from Portland, Oregon, totally blew up over the past 2 or 3 years. His most famous song is Caroline. And what I love about him as an artist is how unique he is, really bringing like not only comedy and humor, but also different elements like sonically to the listener for the genre of hip hop. A lot of the times you can kind of hear the same beats, like trap 808s, just similar sounds. I feel like he brings in like, oh, a cool sound effect here, a cool lyric idea here, melodic idea here. Like there's just so many layers to his sound. And I think that together, we would just make something insane. And then Drake, I mean, who can forget Champagne Poppy? We can't forget our Canadian king.
Yeah.
He has been an idol of mine for a while. I really love what he brought to the genre of rap. He really kind of, brought back some of the elements that have been lost like in the past 10 years of like putting the emotion into the lyrics, like kind of talking about your own romantic experiences, being vulnerable, which is something that a lot of male artists don't choose to do. So I think that's why he was so unique when he came out with like Hotline Bling and the Views album. Like all of those things really helped propel him to where he is now. So I think that would be another insane collab.
I love that song. Hold On, We're Coming Home. It's one of my favorite songs from Drake. And then I got to say Post Malone would be phenomenal because I remember listening to him and SZA doing Standing in the Sun. And I think you two would have been so well together with that song.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. So we got to talk about social media. So because first of all, congratulations on, as I said earlier, 5.1 million views on YouTube. It's an incredible accomplishment.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been kind of surreal just to see, especially the reaction of the trick or treat video, because we had so much fun filming that. I co-produced, I helped with wardrobe. I was really all hands on deck with the production aspect. So that was really special for me. And I've kind of discovered a knack slash enjoyment for like video making. So I just like being behind the scenes as much as I like being in front of the camera. So that was really amazing for me. And we have lots of new YouTube content coming in the new year. We're launching a really cool series of videos. We're also, of course, launching a music video with the single coming out January 29th called Cherry on Top.
Oh, nice. I love hearing all this. I love hearing all this. And I'll make sure to check that out. I just subscribed to it before we got on the air.
Yes. Awesome.
Also, another big thing with Instagram. So what I know that you have YouTube and Instagram, but is there anything else? Like, have you thought about taking your sound to TikTok? Have you thought about Facebook? I know you have Facebook. I know you have in Twitter, but what are some more of your favorite social media platforms?
Yeah, I'm definitely on TikTok all the time. So you guys should definitely check me out on TikTok. It's at I am Jasmine Ortiz. Same across all platforms. I just hit 30,000 on TikTok.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm just trying to build up on that platform as much as any of the other ones. I actually think TikTok gives you a unique opportunity to kind of express yourself in a way that you can't on other platforms. Just really making funny videos, showing your day to day, like doing cute things with friends. I think those are all great ways to engage fans and like get to know people on TikTok.
Absolutely, because I've been looking at TikTok and I've had so many conversations on the podcast about should I get in it, should I not get in it? It's definitely been tough, but like I think you're starting to sway me.
Yes, I mean, I will say during quarantine, it got me through it. Like, I was sitting there scrolling for maybe like 5 hours. Like, it was bad. It's an addiction. But, we've weaned ourselves off. Now we're just checking to post and. But back in March, that was the bread and butter.
Stay with me. For me, it was Instagram and Twitter. I'm like, okay, and I took Facebook off my phone because I got too addicted to it. So
I know.
Yeah, so believe me, there are wormholes, like YouTube is my wormhole where I go down and down and down.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's like clickable link. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we got to slowly start wrapping things up. So what can my audience look forward to you from 2021? Because I know that you said a lot, but can you please remind them?
Yes. Okay. So first off, January 29th, we are releasing Cherry on Top. We're releasing a music video and the song on all platforms. I'm super excited about this one. Little sneak peek about the video. There's some like 1940s vibes in the video, like just as far as the style of dress goes. So I think you guys will really like the visuals. They're super cute, fun. It's a very lighthearted song, and I think it's what everyone needs to start this year off.
Awesome. Jasmine, first of all, where can they find your music? And also next, where can they find you on social?
Okay, perfect. So my music is under my name, Jasmine Ortiz, on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, all of the above. We also have a SoundCloud. If you guys want to check out that platform, leave me a comment. I will be uploading some hidden gems on SoundCloud. So demos, unreleased songs, all of that is coming in the next few weeks. So check out my SoundCloud at I am Jasmine Ortiz. And then all social media is at I am Jasmine Ortiz. So that's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all of them.
Awesome. Now, guys, to download more episodes of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast, head to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Spreaker. Once you're on those specific platforms, just type in Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOB and podcast. Once again, JACOBELYACHAR. Now, are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, maybe TikTok in the future, who knows? Just type in Jacob Elyachar, Elyachar. Now, for more interviews, more articles, and reviews, head to jake-shake.com. Once again, jake-shake.com. It is our 10th year, our 10th anniversary of posting stuff online. So if you want to see where this all began, head to that website. Jasmine, you're going to have one amazing 2021.
Thank you so much. I wish the same for you, Jake. And I can't wait to be back on the show.
I can't wait to have you back on the show. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule, listening to our conversation, and have a fantastic day. Bye.